Special greetings to you guys. I'm Graham Jackson as usual. We're still together in the fight for better health. And today I've decided maybe we talk about lifestyle diseases. I want to talk a little bit about lifestyle diseases. What are lifestyle diseases? Do they control us or we have control over them? What causes lifestyle diseases? What are they? Okay, that's a huge question. From my understanding, I think lifestyle diseases are diseases that are caused partly by our unhealthy behaviors and partly by some other factors that we do not control, factors that we cannot change. And some of these behaviors that leads to lifestyle diseases includes poor eating habits. They include inactivity, lack of physical activity. They include smoking. They include sun exposure. They include drinking. They include all sorts of other things. And on the other side, the factors that we cannot control are those diseases that are caused by our age. As we get old, there are some diseases that attack us because of the process we are going through, the aging process. There are also other diseases that we go through because of our gender, and those things we cannot change them. There are also other things that we go through because of hereditary, things that genes that we inherit from our parents. And then there are some other also issues that have to do with ethnicity. Those things we can't change them. So today we are just going to talk about a little bit of some of the plants that we can use. There are many things that we can use. When you go to Hosea 4 verse 6, it's saying, "My people are perishing because of lack of knowledge." And you go to Ezekiel 47 verse 12, it's also talking about God creating all the plants that bears fruit and everything. And he says the fruit shall be for food and the leaves shall be for medicine. And he also said, "I gave you the greens, I gave you everything." So by giving us all these green plants that are growing everywhere, God has already given us everything, but we humans are now changing the whole situation. Maybe because of greediness, because of tasty and something, we're now focusing on other things, we're making our own things from the laboratory, and now we are eating, and the introduction of all these GMOs now has changed everything. Now we suffer from lifestyle diseases, things that are not supposed to attack us, to trouble us. We are now being into big trouble. What are these diseases? I think we need to focus mainly on major common lifestyle diseases that are haunting us today. These includes obesity. I think you agree with me. They include diabetes. They include hypertension, heart diseases. They include cancers. Now, what can we do? Because the hospitals are not helping us. I think we need to find the solution. The solution is in the ground, in the plants. A human body is an organic thing. It was created from the ground, and all the minerals and nutrients that it needs are from the ground. So we people, we get the minerals, we want to get all the nutrients from the ground, but we get them through the plants. The plants gather them, they manufacture them they take them from the ground, and we eat them from the plants. That's the whole process. So if we miss that whole process here, then we are in trouble. That's why you see most of us are now in trouble, because we no longer eat more of the vegetables and the plants and the natural medicines. We are now focusing on chemicals from the hospitals. We are now focusing on processed foods, which is a problem. So now I'm going to show you just a little bit of some plants that are able to reverse these situations that I've just mentioned now. That includes diabetes, heart diseases, overweight, obesity, cancers. So let's go out. I think I'll start with horseradish. The plant you are seeing now here is called horseradish. This is a member of the cabbage family. It is better used fresh than stored from the store. It is highly recommended for sinus infections. Horseradish preparations can help with indigestion, putrefaction, and can help clear lung problems, coughs, and asthma, as well as other allergic related ailments like hay fever. This horseradish is noted as a skin treatment to remove spots and blemishes. It is also often used as a tonic for a tired or a deranged system. It is an effective vermifuge, immune stimulant, and full of oxidants. So it's a very good diabetic remedy, and it's also good for hypertension. Let's go to this other one. This thing you see here is what we call amaranth. Amaranth is a gluten-free crop and a source of complete protein. It contains all essential amino acids, including lysine, which you cannot even get from most of the grain crops. It is considered a true powerhouse, known to help prevent a number of chronic health conditions such as diabetes, cancer, heart diseases, and many other. It contains important phytochemical compounds like rutin and nicotinamide and peptides that are able to lower blood pressure. So you must also use it. Next to it here, I've got basil. This is basil. It's Greek bush basil. There are many types of basils. And basil is one of the plants that is used for the obstruction of all internal organs. It is a rich source of magnesium which relaxes blood vessels and the muscles, and also regulates heart rhythm. So it's good for your heart. Basil also has nerve strengthening ability. It is a heart tonic, able to oxygenate the body, cleanse the brain, relieve depression, and prevent accumulation of body fat. So basil is also effective in fighting skin diseases as well as first stages of the cancers, and is an immune system stimulant. So because of its antibacterial and antifungal properties, it is also effective against bacterial infection, intestinal parasites, and viruses that cause colds, flu, herpes, mononucleosis, and shingles, and many other things. So it's also a very good remedy for flus and also for tonsillitis. You can also use it as a spice for cooking and many other stuff. So we must use it. What you see here is what we call ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen and an aphrodisiac, a strong natural aphrodisiac, which is good for fertility and for improving sexual activity, which is a very good herb for many of us these days. And this herb here, you see, is also one of the herbs that is very good for diabetic, and also for blood pressure, and for just toning the whole system from stress, and for long illnesses like chronic diseases. So it's also a very, very important herb for us to use. Here you see, this is a moringa. Moringa is a powerhouse. It's a true miracle tree. It treats almost 280 diseases, and it treats especially all of the lifestyle diseases that I've just mentioned, because it has got all the amino acids, all the vitamins, all the minerals that you need from your body. I think we need to use it. You can use every part of the plant here as medicine and as for nutrition. Here you see, here this is cassava. Cassava is one of the staple food that is also gluten free. We can use this one for mealie meal, for flour, for milk, powder milk. We use it for everything. You can use the tuber, you can use the leaves for relish. it's an energy food. So it's highly carbohydrates, and it's a good fiber plant which helps very much for your digestive system, for your blood sugar, and for your assimilation, which means it helps to absorb all the sugars, and so it's good for diabetes. What you see here is what we call canary seed. This grass here, canary seed, is a diabetic plant. This plant can deal with your diabetes in just a few weeks, and you are done, because of its minerals that it contains. This canary seed is loaded with most abundant enzyme lipase, which is responsible for the removal of excess fat from the body. The seed do not contain silica and is free from lactose, meaning it helps the body. It leaves your body free from toxins. It is also able to control diabetes in a few weeks. It is very effective for disorders of the kidneys and the bladder, because it kills the bacteria in the urinary tract system. So we must use this plant as often as possible. Now we need to go to this last plant here. This plant we see here is what we call comfrey. Comfrey, the root of this plant here is used to treat pulmonary hemorrhages, diarrhea, intestinal ulcers, chronic coughs, and many other respiratory disorders. Because of its high percentage of allantoin, it is also used to treat skin and burn conditions such as varicose veins, inflammation, burns, sores, fractures, and many others. The plant has got a high concentration of mucilage, which makes it the best in treating stomach ulcers and inflammatory bowel syndrome. Comfrey also is a good plant feed for your vegetable gardens, because it's high in nitrogen, and it works very well with the liver and the whole digestive system, especially for constipation. So guys, why are we waiting? For today, I think these are a few plants that we can talk about. You have seen it for yourself that we have got many superfoods, many super plants that can help us conquer this whole scenario of the lifestyle diseases. If you make use of these plants that you've just seen now, these are just a few of the hundreds of plants that are out there that you can use. And these things can deal with your situations, heal you perfectly 100%, that you no longer even see or feel any of those conditions in your body again if you use them properly. So guys, let's try them. Let's make use of nature. God gave us the medicines. Let's make use of them and be healed and be happy and live a healthy, happy life. Thank you guys. See you in the next episode.